Is the American home buying dream dead? That's the question a lot of people are asking, because if you watch TikTok or Instagram or any of those other things, you hear a lot of people talk about this where they say it's impossible. No one can buy homes anymore, blah, and they say all this stuff. I disagree with those people. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. What's up, guys? Mark Cannon, your local realtor here in the Phoenix area, and we're talking through, is the home buying dream dead? I don't think it is, but some people do. But before we get into any of that stuff, if you guys find value in my videos, if you think they're helpful, like the videos, share a comment. Let me know how it's helpful or maybe something you want to see different. I would really appreciate it. All right, so we're going to dig right into this. So listen, I am extremely passionate about this right now. So I just did a first-time home buyer event for a lot of different first-time home buyers in my area, and I did a presentation on Real Estate 101, trying to teach them about real estate. And one of the things I really ran across when I was preparing everything was that there are so many negative Nancy's out there that we have. Listen, our culture teaches people to be victims and, woe is me and all this different stuff, where we need to be teaching people to be victors and how to succeed. And that was my goal in that class, was to teach people how to succeed, how to reach their goals. Now, not everybody's at the same playing field, and maybe some people will take longer to get to that point than others. And that's just a reality. But some of the other realities I talked about in that class was, affordability is really low right now. Prices are high, interest rates are still high, and some of that will change over time. It doesn't always stay the same. But there's so many people out there telling people that you can't succeed, you can't buy a house, you can't afford it, blah, 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 blah. And it gets so tiring to watch people not give people hope. Because there is hope. And for every different person, it's different. But it's one of those that there is hope out there and the dream is not dead. So I'm going to do a screencast. I'm going to share some of this stuff with you because I think it's important to understand that the dream is not dead for home ownership. Even though so many people out there are saying that. Listen, there's a lot of successful people who own real estate. And guess what? There are going to be more people who will become successful through owning real estate, whether that's your own home or investment properties, whatever. But I'm talking more just your own home. If you're looking to be a first-time home buyer to own a home, the dream is not dead. So let me share this real quick. And we'll go through this. So I'm not going to go through my entire presentation, but I did want to share some of it with you. The dream is still alive. You can buy a home. It is not hopeless. Set a goal and go after it. And some of the things I'm talking about is, and I've shared this on some other things, is interest rates are going to come down. They are. Now, are they going to go to 3%? No. Okay. Some of the projections we have for interest rates is that, I'm a little bullish on this, where I don't know if we'll be at 5.75 by the end of this year, maybe around 6 or just under 6 by the end of this year. And I'm still bullish on being at 5% next year, maybe mid to low fives. And listen, no one knows. No one has a crystal ball. No one knows what's going to happen. But there is hope that affordability is going to get a little bit better. And one of the things we have to look at, and I was actually interested in this, obviously I've talked to other videos about this. Large home buying age people is happening right now. 45.5 million millennials are coming prime home buying age. So people are starting to get ready to buy. And we're starting to see demand start to creep up, right? I've heard that applications are starting to go up. Something to pay attention to. So one of the things I was looking at in like Maricopa County, right, in Phoenix, is our population growth. And we're growing every year. The U.S. Census Bureau, I think it was like 2 years ago, estimated that we were going to grow 50,000 people a year for 5 years. We're in the middle of that right now. We have so many businesses coming here. Everything's growing here. So supply and demand. Real estate's all about supply and demand. And when we have lower supply, which we do right now, because our supply right now is at 16,700 and normal is about 25,000. So we're still low supply, and demand is starting to rise. But then one of the other things I thought that was interesting was the median household income in Maricopa County is rising. And you look at it like starting in, from 2010 to 2014, it kind of stayed about the same. Then all of a sudden it just started going up. And it's like, and so now we're at around just over 83,000 as the median household income. And that's going to continue to rise. And I did another video where I shared a little bit about how as those rise, and home prices don't dramatically rise like they did in 2021, right? Like if we actually go back and we look at how home prices rose, right there in 2021, that was just unreal. We've never seen that before. I mean, look at history. Back to 1965, we've never seen that jump. But it happened. And inflation happened. And so everything costs more. And yes, it came down a little bit, but that was in 2022, 2023. And now we're starting to level out. And are we going to slowly creep back up? That's what's probably going to happen as demand rises. So with that stuff happening, the dream is not dead. It's just you have to plan and go after it. And so one of the things I actually really shared, and I thought this was really good, was everyone must choose one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And that was Jim Rohn that said that. And the reason I share that is because you have to have a plan if you're wanting to buy real estate. And I shared that with this class because for me, I want to sit down with each one of them. Let's map out what it looks like for you to be a homeowner. How do we get there? And let's talk through the debt. Let's talk through whatever we have to do to get to where you want to be. That's what I do as a real estate agent. And I want to do that with more people. So if you're watching this video and you're thinking about that and you're like, hey, I really want to start my plan, start my path, your journey to home ownership, I would love to be a part of that. My information's below. Reach out to me. I'd love to sit down with you and just help you map out what it is for you to get to where you want to be, to achieve your goals. That's my job. I want to do that. I hope you'll reach out. Guys, you've been listening to The Real.